Hey, this is Russ. Yeah, I just want to let you guys know that I went out and voted early. Yep, I actually went out with my wife to go vote on Wednesday evening. Now, well, okay, late afternoon. Let's put it that way. Late afternoon, early evening. So we probably got there around, I'm going to say about 4:20. Is that late afternoon or early evening? I would say late afternoon. So we went to one of the courthouses in our area, and they had early voting for us. So didn't really know what to expect, but we all had our masks on, and of course you got to be socially distanced. So we did our civic duty and voted. Okay, but to get to voting, because it is a courthouse, all right, and I think court was probably finishing because we saw people leaving the building at that time. You still have to go through security check, right? So I was kind of excited because this would be the first time I'm going through a security check with my new knee, all right? Now we know we have metal in the knee, all right? And I have a Zimmer Biomet knee. What is it? What is that thing called? Let me look it up. I have my computers behind the camera there. So let me look it up. Let me see what they call this thing. I should be prepared before I do these videos, right? Well, everything's always on the fly here. So what kind of knee? Okay, I have a Zimmer Persona knee. All right, and it's cemented in. It's not glued in. All right, they told me that specifically. They don't use glue. They use cement. All right, and it is an artificial knee, so there's obviously some metal in there. So I had to go through the metal detector. And in case you're curious what kind of metal they use tantalum. That's not titanium. It's not stainless steel. It's called tantalum. It's an element. I never heard of tantalum. You can look it up yourself, but that's what they use. Okay, so I was fully expecting to set off the alarm, and I did. Okay, because once you go over the metal detector, it's going to go off. So they have you empty out your pockets because you're going into a courthouse. But here's the thing I was a little worried about. And I always have this problem every time we go up to a metal detector, whether it's at the airport or something like that. They always tell you to take your keys out, right? Yeah. Let me show you how my keys are. Okay. So here's my keys, right? But here's what's attached to the key. All right. So you may not know what this is, but this is yeah, it's a little pointy there too. A lot of people in law enforcement actually use these as key rings. This is called a Kubotan, all right, named after some guy named Kubota who invented this as a self-defense type item, okay? And you really can't have this when you go to a courthouse. It's not that it's illegal because you can buy this at any martial arts type store, and that's based on martial arts weapons. But I've had this on my keychains for, let's say since 1987, 88, all right? And literally many of the law enforcement people that I know who worked with me, we all have this. We hang this off of our belt, okay? So it's always readily available in case you need it, essentially. But this is not going to go past security, and it's metal on top of that, so it's going to set things off. So I was a little worried because I've actually gone to courthouses before, forgotten about this, had to go back to the car and put this back in the car, and of course you got to walk there, and I use my cane this time, and so anyways, I had my cane, I had the thing. The guy says, just put your keys and your phone, in a container and just slide it through the X-ray machine. But and of course I put my cane there too. But I had to tell him, I says, I'm sorry, but I have a metal knee. He says, that's fine, don't worry about it. He says, you're just going to vote, right? I go, yeah. He says, it's not a problem. He says, you don't need to pat me down or anything like that, or use the wand to check me. He goes, no, don't worry about it. It's fine. Okay, here's something else I had in my pocket that they didn't know. I always have a knife with me. It's always in my pocket, all right? And that's because, I used to go fishing all the time. I haven't gone fishing probably in about a year and a half or so now, maybe almost 2 years at this point. But out of habit, I always have a knife with me. I use it a lot. I open letters with it, and packages, anything. I always have a knife in my pocket. I forgot about this too. Now, you can't have this either. And they probably wouldn't be too happy to have found this on me. All right. I totally forgot about it. But I'm going through the metal detector. I'm setting it off anyways with my knee. He probably assumed it was my knee setting it off. And I don't think they really cared. So my question is security getting too lax? Okay. Now, granted, they kind of figured that the court is over for the day, and these guys are just going in to vote. They had a separate line for, where you wait to go voting, and the officer was, pleasant enough. I would say very pleasant, quite frankly, very nice. And so he says, yeah, don't worry about it. Just go on through, just go into the line, and that's what we did. Now, we waited about 35 minutes in the line, and there was only, I think, 4 people ahead of us. So why did it take so long? Only one guy was doing it. One guy was running it at the time, and he said that another guy who was there to help him took a dinner break, I guess, and there was another lady there who was there for the collecting of the ballots, but she wasn't helping him set people up. And I guess, unfortunate for us, the people in front of us all had to register to vote. Now, personally, I think there should be a separate line for those that register, and then they can go through and vote. And then those who are already registered can just kind of get in there and get out faster, right? So the line behind us started to pack up pretty good too. And people were kind of complaining, why is it taking so long? Because people figured this is the end of the day. We should really be able to get out of here. They were open until 7 p.m. that evening. So they weren't really ready for us, I think. I think they should have figured, well, if the guy's got to take a dinner break, they need another guy there, except, they didn't. So they only had one guy processing and registering people at the same time. By the time we got up there, we were really fast. They checked our ID for, we just put our driver's license thing in a scanner thing. It found us right away. He gave us the ballot. 3 minutes, I was in, and I was out of there from voting. So total time was probably 4 minutes, but 35 minutes just to get to the point where we got our ballot. They give you a card. It's all electronic. It's touch screen. But an interesting thing is there was a lady behind me, and she was watching me. She can see that I've got some type of problem with my knee. I'm kind of shifting back and forth. I'm standing the entire 35 minutes of time. And I talked to her a little bit. I says, wow, I says, they have me waiting any longer. I'm going to need the other knee replacement. And she goes, I don't understand why they don't allow you to just sit down. There's chairs there. The guy should just say, hey, I have a seat. And then when your turn comes up, then we can call you up and then process you. But no. But he did say to me this when he gave me the little card ballot thing. He says, "Oh, can you stand while you vote? Are you okay with standing?" Okay, I could not let this one pass. So this is what I said to him. Well, I've been standing for the last 35 minutes in line. I guess I can stand for a few more minutes and take the voting. Had to throw that zinger at him. He just said, well, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, you can't miss opportunities like that. You have to say it, right? So anyways, voting was quick and easy. After that, it was really fast. We were out of there. Okay, but I just had to wonder, are we a little too lax in our security now? Now, I'm a really big fan of getting our security correct, all right, and getting it safe. In fact, actually, when I was in Washington, D.C., we were I told the story about Secret Service stopping me, right? If you don't know that one, I'll put a link. You can hear the story again. But yeah, I had my scooter, and I had a second battery pack on my scooter. It's just sitting on the floor. Well, these things are huge. They kind of look like a bomb. They really do. Nobody stopped me at the Smithsonian's except for only one security guard who said, yes, you're going to have to put that through X-ray. And I was perfectly happy to do it. it's just for the safety for everyone. Now some people would look at this as like, what a hassle. Yeah, I got to do this. Look, I got handicapped. You're forcing me. No, I don't see things like that way. I see it as a security measure for the safety of all. And so I said, I'm very happy to do that. No problem. Let me tell you another story. I've gone fishing. We buy fishing licenses, and nobody ever checks the fishing license except one time. Okay. Fishing game person came by and said, hey, I need to check people's licenses. Do you have your license? And I said, I am so glad you are here. I showed him my license, and he says, nobody's ever said that before. I says, here's how I see it. We pay for this license every year. And if nobody ever checks it, why should I buy it? That's how people will think. I says, so the fact that you're here checking my license makes me happy. I feel like it was worth it for me to buy the license. I'm perfectly fine. And it made his day. Don't feel so bad when people have to do their job, okay? And it is really for the security and safety of all, and especially for the licenses. We're paying for the license for paying for the privilege to go fishing. So yeah, somebody needs to check that. I'm okay with it. I play by the rules. I hope you do too. Anyways, if you liked the video, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit all the share buttons and everything that you see. And I will talk to you guys next time.